Counting down toward the kickoff here at the Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Today, a good battle in the NFC. It's the Detroit Lions and the Philadelphia Eagles. This returnable from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
Throwing right away is Mahomes. That finds Nakua downfield, complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big play right out of the gate on the first play. 33 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be. He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. Dexter Lawrence getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
He'll get this complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
And he pushed it. No good. That is wide to the right. And this will stay a scoreless game.
And that's just a tough way to finish off what was a good opening drive. And obviously, as a kicker, you have to have a short memory. But you can bet he'll be thinking about that one the rest of the way.
A first down throw for Jackson. This one complete to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. That one good for 29.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Uh-oh. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Lions first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass, and they can continue to...
And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit.
That's a heck of a run right there. And I can't tell you, Mike, how many running backs coaches I've heard over the years say, your responsibility with the ball is to make the first guy miss. We can't block everybody on the field. That's the role of a good running back. And you see it here. All it takes is one missed tackle to get this guy in space, and he's able to do the rest with his legs and take it all away.
Touchdown. It's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Eagles offense ready to possess the football for the second time. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. No chance at all. He'll go down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
For whatever reason, when the ball was in the air, Mike, it seemed to me like he was almost having a little trouble tracking it. I'm not sure if that's what allowed the defender to catch back up, but ultimately it was the contact at the catch point that causes the incomplete, and now it's going to bring up 3rd and real long.
That's hauled in on the left by Nakua.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league.
A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Lions offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. On play action, here's Jackson. Catch is made by Wright. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4. Straight ahead with Gibbs. Yeah! Inside the 40. Down the sideline to the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, on one sideline, you're ecstatic. You couldn't have dreamed up a better start. 2 drives, 2 long touchdowns. But then across the field, they've got to answer some hard questions. They've got to figure out exactly what they're doing wrong defensively. Because if there's one thing in the NFL, you cannot give up big plays, and you especially can't give up big plays for touchdowns.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They're in an early hole, 14-0. They'll start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. They go play action with Mahomes. He'll step up and run this. Carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. The Lions have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. And Greg, you talked about it all week. Not just stop them with the defense, but make impact plays, and that is as big a play as you can ask for.
Yeah, and across the league, Mike, this continues to be a huge point of emphasis. Every defensive coach starts practice with takeaway circles. How can we find ways to take the ball away? In this case, they force the fumble, scoop, score, 6 points.
to the touchdown. It's Bates to kick this one away. This one taken at the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. They are facing an uphill climb early. Begin this drive with 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. He finds Devontae Smith. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Give him 14 on that play. One first down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
Roquan Smith in on the tackle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
We are through 1. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Eagles in possession to start the 2nd quarter. They've got it with 2nd and 3 coming up. On the ground, this is Barkley. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
It's a pickup of 6.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 4. And the big back, A.J. Dillon. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Philadelphia.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get it to the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball, modest gain.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. He's going to tuck it and go. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal coming up.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Throwing is Mahomes. Forced to his right. Good blocking, and he's in. Patrick Mahomes. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
score. Here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Play action now. Jackson. He'll swing this out to Montgomery. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
So the rule of thumb, so often when you call these play-action passes, Mike, is that the guy you fake it to, he tends to be wide open more often than not. And it's exactly the case here. Dump it off to the back in the flat, and he does the rest.
Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Gibbs. Good running inside the 25. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. They get 24 on that one. First down, Detroit.
What a good run there. That's going to put him over 100 for today's game, Mike. And it just seems, as the game goes on, this guy just seems to get better and better.
First carry for David Montgomery. And he'll be stepped up at the line of scrimmage.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Now Gibbs. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. The Lions ball their first time out. It'll come with 36 ticks left on the first half clock. It is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Jackson. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's got another one. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. From the 6, here comes a return. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Eagles offense going to take over just before the half. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the outside, he's got Smith. So the Eagles use their first time out here as it comes to 22 seconds remaining till halftime.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That's out to Brown, right side, complete. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He's trying to find Saquon Barkley coming out of the backfield. And it's going to lead to 4th down.
And this offense just cannot get anything going right now on 3rd down. If you ask any offensive play caller throughout the entire league, Mike, the importance of 3rd down, maintaining possession, making the defense stay on the field and have long extended drives, it is critical to not only scoring points, but ultimately winning in the NFL.
The Lions offense going to get it one final time in this first half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And this will be a Lions 1st down. As we'll take it up to about the 33-yard line. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The 3rd quarter is underway. This taken at the 5. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Lions offense looking to get back to work as we begin this 3rd quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Gibbs. Ooh, some hit going on now. He was rocked right at the line of scrimmage.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, keeps this to a modest gain at best.
3rd down and 9. Jackson now. He's going to let it go deep for Chase. And a solid return as he gets it up past the 45-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 46.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he'll only be able to muster a couple of yards. Roquan Smith there to bring him down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Mahomes. Left side, it's caught by Brown. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Mahomes now on 2nd down. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of
Defensive
5.
coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Now a give to Barkley, running right. 1st down and 4, inside the 25. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. A big one there on 3rd down, good for 26 yards.
So often we think 3rd down, pass. But in this case, they keep the ball on the ground, kind of flip the script a little bit, keep defenses guessing throughout the game, and it leads to a big pickup.
Off he goes. And he'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. 1st and goal coming up.
This is a part of the field where you have to account for the quarterback as a runner. Nothing's open downfield. Great job by your secondary, but then he makes a break for the goal line, and they're able to stop him just short, but not until after he sets his guys up 1st and goal.
The motion man is Nacua. Barkley, and he's going to go backward, taken down at the 6.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And he'll take it on in. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, Eagles.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half.
Jake Elliott to kick
So
off
following the
for
score,
Philadelphia.
here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Lions offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drop. 1st and 10. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He's inside the 40. And he is gone. 73 yards. Touchdown, Detroit. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. play fake. Now it's Mahomes. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Going right back to Nakua, complete. And they will finally run him down. That is 2 big pickups to start the drive. 32 on the latest.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
He'll get that out to Barkley. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
2nd and a yard. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. To the goal line and in. A.J. Brown. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Lions offense headed back to take over once more. They'll have time for one play here. In fact, just 1 second left on the clock before they can put the 4 fingers in the air and take this to the 4th quarter. Start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he's going to lose yardage here. That's the way they'll switch ends as this 3rd quarter has come to an end. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. On to the 4th quarter, and it begins with a run by Gibbs. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Jackson looking to throw. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 22 yards to pick up there. Good for a Lions first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
And he's able to force his way through one man, but he can only muster about a yard on that play. 2nd down.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and They bring him down for a short gain.
Jackson now on second down. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Well, give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
A gain of 9 brings up second and 1 at the 22-yard line.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot. It's going to be enough to move the chains. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Ground, this is Gibbs. And they cannot contain him at all. He's into the end zone yet again. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Detroit. He is having a performance to remember. That is 5 touchdowns for him in this one game.
The kicker on.
Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now. I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Eagles 21.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Eagles offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
That's good.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
What a way to start this drive. A second big play. This one for 22.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
First down throw, Mahomes. That's complete to his big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's in! Dallas Goedert! Touchdown, Eagles! Elliott on now for the PAT. He's got it. And the Eagles are able to cut into the deficit.
Lions 42, Eagles 28.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to catch their breath over on the sideline.
It's a gain of 10. First down is Detroit.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. They got out of the gates hot, ran out to the big first quarter lead, did not look back as they cruise in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Cleveland Browns. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
They go play action now. Jackson. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know what's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism. He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's a rookie from Tennessee. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance, they're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game that will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the play.
They'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Jackson now. Setting up a screen for Jenkins. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring your running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
Now it's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's JCM, Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 4. Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They've got to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
They go play fake. Mahomes trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. In motion, Hill. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, but instead a give up the middle. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5. Here's Jackson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now it's Jackson. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On first down, Sampson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
Now he's able to break to 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
He'll try again, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball 3rd time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
3rd and goal, Jackson. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Puka Nacua from 4 yards out. And the Browns post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
On first down, it's Krosky-Marin. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks, giving the yard up to the 42. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Now here's Mahomes. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. That'll give him 8 that time. And now 1 yard to go on third down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
First down, Washington.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throw for Eckler on the crossing route, complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now it's Mahomes again. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Now he's going to step up and run. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So they'll pass on what would have been a 49-yard field goal attempt, and they're going for it on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Throwing now is Mahomes. And yet again, it's McLaurin. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Washington first down. First and goal, Washington.
And with Just 4 seconds left in this first half. A timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That is incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Mahomes going to throw. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting his sack.
Chalk that one up to bad acting, I guess, because they certainly failed to sell the handoff, and the pressure stayed keyed in on the quarterback. No Oscar awards for this offense, just a loss of yardage.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Here's Hill on the return. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Play action. Now Jackson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand. That's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got Njoku over the middle. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Now a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland 1st.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one good carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And good work there in open space, and he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
On 1st down, here's Jenkins. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone. Play action. It's Jackson. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Jackson feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep it back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. down inside the 30 at the 27. The Washington offense set to take over.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he stopped immediately there. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland.
It's the Commanders in possession of the football, but they trail as we start this 4th quarter.
Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And it's a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Recovered by the Browns.
On the draw, it's Judkins.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield.
We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line.
Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. It's a gain of 34. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Now it's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. And his kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Lane. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Now here's Mahomes. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now 2nd and 4. Mahomes will do it himself.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's Crosby in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coach, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
He's got his target. That's complete. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. Mahomes.
Touchdown! Zach Ertz, a 16-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
On the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Got a figure the rush is going to be fierce again as they come up 2nd and 13. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball. You're handing out multiple, although I set you up by saying game balls, plural, but I
like where we're going with this.